Okay, so we are being asked to calculate the value of y and the value of x. So in order to be able to do this, we need to take into account what we've learned from the last video about exterior angles. So for example, this angle here is an exterior angle. And if we remember, the shaded exterior angle is equal to the sum is equal in size to the sum of the interior remote angles. So what does that mean? It means that this angle here, D for example, is going to be equal to this angle and this angle. And that then would translate to this question that this angle here is going to be equal to this angle plus this angle. So we can use this rule to work out the value for y. So what we can say is that the angle y plus this angle here, which is 65 degrees, when you add the two of these together, it'll be equal to 135. And we can use that fact or that rule to work out the value for y. So let's do that. What does that look like? So we can say that y plus 65 degrees, when we add the two of these together, it has to add up to 135 degrees. Because of this rule here, this angle has to equal to these two angles. So with any of the triangles that we'll be working with, the exterior angle, so this is the exterior angle, will be equal to the sum of the two interior angles, which are these angles opposite here. So we can use this then to work out what y is. So y plus 65 is equal to 135 degrees. So we want to try and get y on its own. So this is just simple basic algebra. We can get rid of the plus 65 on this side by minus 65. And if we subtract 65 on this side, we have to subtract 65 on this side. So these two will cancel out, and y is going to be equal to 135 minus 65. So 135 minus 65. Let me just get my calculator out here very quickly. So 135 minus 65 is equal to 70. Okay, so that's equal to 70 degrees. So we can say that this angle here, y, is equal to 70 degrees. So this here is 70 degrees. Now there's two ways we can work out the value for x. So x plus 135, because this here is a straight line, the two of these have to add up to 180 degrees. Or the other way we can do it is we can add 65 plus 70 plus x has to equal to 180 degrees, and we can work it out either way. So I'll do both. So if we do it this way, let me just change the color here very quickly. So let's say we go with the straight line here. So we say that x degrees plus 135. Both of these have to add up to 180 degrees. So that's if we were treating these two here, it's going to be a straight line if we add the two of them together. So therefore, in order to work out what x is, I have to minus 135 from both sides. And so these will cancel out, and x degrees will be equal to, so 180 minus 135, so 180 minus 135, which is equal to 45 degrees. So that's x is equal to 45 degrees. So that's one way of working it out. The other way is that we can add these, so the three of these angles here on the inside, they all have to add up to 180 degrees as well. So we can do it, we can calculate it that way as well. So let's have a look. Let's just do that calculation very quickly. So we can say that 65 plus 70 degrees, which is what we just worked out for this one here, plus x, they all have to add up to 180. So we can add these two together, So 65, 55 plus 70 is equal to 135. So that's equal to 135 degrees plus x is equal to 180. And then I can work out what x is by minusing 135 from both sides. So minus 135 degrees minus 135 degrees. And then x is going to be equal to 45 degrees. So again, this value here for x is going to be equal to 45 degrees. And again, these are the two ways that you can work out what x are. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, either way will work out just fine. So again, that is exterior angles and then calculations involving these exterior angles. So it's very important that you know this rule and that you understand the rule.